Since the beginning days of hip-hop, the crew has always been important. It's the symbol of strength in numbers, from NWA to Quality Control, or A Tribe Called Quest to The Lox. It's undeniable that the crew is essential in hip-hop. There's nothing bigger than crew love. In 1997, Anthony Top Dog Tiffith built a studio in his home in Carson, California, in hopes of having a space for artists to record and develop. He and his friend Punch had a vision, but were working full-time jobs at the same time. Around 2004, they began to work with and sign J-Rock, a talented lyricist with a unique tone in his voice and a lot to say. He became the first artist of TDE, aka Top Dog Entertainment. Shortly after, Punch recalls listening to a mixtape that had been floating around the studio by a then 15-year-old kid, K-Dot, later to be known as Kendrick Lamar. He watched K-Dot record and was impressed at how he would handle his vocals in the booth and his raw lyrical ability. TDE would go on and sign Ab Soul and Schoolboy Q shortly after. In their pursuit of developing J-Rock's career, TDE cut a deal with Warner Brothers that would fold shortly after for reasons beyond TDE's control. At the time, J-Rock had a single being pushed featuring Lil Wayne. This was a learning curve for Top Dog and Punch, and they then began to push their artists using the internet. In 2009, they introduced Kendrick Lamar with a self-titled EP. TDE followed that up with more releases by J-Rock, Ab Soul, and Schoolboy Q. As TDE began to gain recognition, Top Dog gets a call from legendary producer Dr. Dre, who wants to sign Kendrick Lamar to his own label, Aftermath, in 2012. Dr. Dre's involvement in Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City allowed for the album to be stamped as a hip-hop classic. The album went platinum and won a BET Hip Hop Award for Album of the Year. It was even nominated for a Grammy for Best Rap Album. TDE is now officially one of the hottest crews in the business of rap. The success did not stop there. TDE continues to put out critically acclaimed, award-winning work with each release. In 2013, the label signed a young singer from St. Louis named Scissor. This was a bit different for the team that was now being viewed as a rap label, because Scissor is definitely an R&B songstress. In 2017, TDE released her full-length debut album. It charted as number 3 on the US Billboard 200 and has received critical acclaim. TDE is a force to be reckoned with that began with a vision and has increasingly grew to be one of the most sought-after crews in hip-hop, and we're excited to see what's next. A 6-hour drive north of New York City will take you to a small blue-collar town that sits across the water from Toronto. Buffalo, New York is a tough place, so there's no surprise that it'll produce one of hip-hop's toughest labels, Griselda Records. The label's release didn't officially begin until around 2016. But the team was already the hottest ticket in rap way before that. In the early to mid 2000s, Benny, Conway, and Westside were already recording and releasing music independently through their street entertainment imprint. Around 2006, Westside went to prison and was caught up in the system until around 2011. After his release, he aimed to manage his brother Conway's rap career in an attempt to go legit. Conway was shot that year, prompting Westside to get back into the booth as his brother recovered. In 2012, he released HWH, the first of a series of mixtapes by the same name that quickly gained the attention of underground rap fans everywhere. Conway suffered paralysis on one side of his face from his injuries. As he figured out how to rap through his condition, he began to release solo and joint projects with his brother Westside Gunn. Meanwhile, their cousin Benny the Butcher was releasing music himself, and in 2017, he joined Griselda, releasing Butcher on Steroids. The trio kept releasing music consistently, gaining popularity worldwide, blending art, wrestling, fashion, and street tales over gritty hip-hop beats. Griselda Records went against the grain. Their sound is more traditional New York hip-hop, which made them stand out. In 2017, Eminem's label Shady Records announced their signing of Westside Gunn and Conway for both solo and joint albums. In 2019, Griselda entered a partnership deal with Jay-Z's Roc Nation. This partnership is sure to create more lucrative opportunities for the crew. Currently, Griselda seems to continue getting stronger. They announced signing Buffalo native Armani Caesar to the label in 2020 and immediately began to release music. At this rate, it doesn't seem like Griselda has plans to get their Timbs off our necks anytime soon, and we're keeping an ear and eye out for what's next.